the first thing is that you think you're going to die, you know. I mean, that's, as you know, the first thing I did is I went to the library at the hospital and I got a big, huge stack of books and started researching. And it's a really scary diagnosis because especially at my age, you've had a lot of friends that have died of breast cancer. And you don't know what to expect as far as chemo, and so it's just pretty scary. My gynecologist found my lump, but he said not to worry, that it was just a cyst. But that was a nagging thought that I had all the time. And I went back to where I normally have my mammograms, and the girl said that I wasn't due for another mammogram. So by chance I ran into her in the hall and I told her that I had a lump. And with that, she took me back and she did the mammogram. And interestingly enough, nothing showed up in the mammogram. We found the lump in November of 2010. I had surgery in January of 2011. I started chemo in June of 2011. So it's been 4 years. People sent presents and cards and called, and it was, you know, it is such an important source to have a support system. We had planned to hike rim to rim at the Grand Canyon the year I was diagnosed with another couple. And so we didn't do that year, but then the next year we hiked down South Kaibab and up Bright Angel Trail and stayed at Phantom Ranch. The next year we went with 2 other couples and we hiked from the North Rim to the South Rim and stayed down there 2 nights. So that was it's like 14 miles down and 10 miles up. And then the next year we went to Glacier National Park, which is actually beautiful, with another couple. And I think we hiked about 60 miles in about 10 days. So, you know, you have a new outlook on life when you feel like you've come close to maybe not surviving. So you want to celebrate all the beautiful things in life. Well, I had a job that I loved, and I would have been doing that forever. But then when I was diagnosed with cancer, you know, and there had never been any cancer in my family. My mother's 99 years old. I just thought that I was going to live forever. And so when all of a sudden you're faced with this, you know, huge barrier to be overcome, then I retired, and my husband and I had some wonderful years in retirement that I wouldn't have had. And so, you know, sometimes you think it's like the end, but then, you know, a lot of people go out in the car and they have a car accident and they never get to savor the things that they wanted to do. So in a way it was a blessing. You know, even people who, you know, I had ER positive breast cancer, but people that have had more difficult kinds of breast cancer, they're still alive. They're doing a great job with all the money that's donated and fundraising has really made a difference. You just have to take what life gives you and try to make the best out of it, and they'll be okay. Make sure you do your self-exams. Don't depend just on the mammography to be able to find that, and be your own healthcare advocate. Don't just because one doctor tells you to do something, don't do that. Make sure that's right for you. And life is sweet, so enjoy it.